Hey guys,
What up? What up? What up?
it's the Wilson crew back again. Spent some time. A
Long
lot,
layoff.
yeah, a lot of things have happened. We bought a house. Um, so yeah, we're here in our new house, and we started new jobs. We got promotions. Our kids are growing. We got a 16-year-old, soon to be 13-year-old next month.
And
Actually,
a
in 3 weeks.
5-year-old soon to
3, no,
be
4 weeks. Come on,
in June.
and a 5-year-old. Right, right. So a lot has changed. Um, so I wanted to come back on here and talk with you guys. I was posting on Facebook a while ago, and then some more things happened. But I was posting on Facebook a while ago and was letting you know that we were trying to be more consistent and stuff. And we have new viewers. So hey guys,
Hello.
hello Wilson crew. We're gonna call you Wilson crew because y'all all our cousins and everything. So, but yeah, we dealt with a lot of loss recently. We've had family members pass away back to back. So I had a cancer scare. Thought I had lymphoma. I think that's what it's called. Cancer of the lymph nodes. They tested one under my left armpit and breast area, and it came back negative. Thank God. It's just big. So we're gonna pray that it just continues to be just big. You know. So yeah, we had a lot going on, lots and lots. Doesn't excuse all the years we've been gone, but it's been a lot, child. So anyway, we want to come on here today because it's been 2 minutes. So sorry, long intro, as they say.
It's all good. You got to get the people, the Wilson crew, caught up on what's been going on. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, the man said it's all good, so it's all good.
It's all good.
Um,
Y'all have to excuse the lighting.
Yeah, we got to get this light thing situated. Wow, in the middle of the video, you just gonna.
There you go.
You just gonna go ahead.
Yeah, there. See, a little bit more light.
Y'all, if y'all saw this situation, y'all be like, that's so jankety. Ain't no ring lights. Even though they are inexpensive now. It's one of them torch light things. One of those stand up lights with the little thing at the top. Child. You know it came from Walmart, Wally World. Anyway,
And the Lord said,
let there be like, okay. So we talk about a topic. A topic today is those who think you've been married for a long time, so you clearly have it all together. My husband and I have been together for 18 years in August, married for 17 years. And some people seem to think that we have it all together. You think?
not.
Yeah. I don't think that. I think when it comes to having it all together, and when it comes to marriage, one, you got to know. I think it all depends on the stage of life you're in. Like, it all is about what you've accomplished, overcome, experienced in your life when you decide to get together. And then you still got to learn each other. So, brief recap for those of you that don't know or hadn't seen the previous video. My husband and I got together. He is 7.5 years older than me. And
I don't look it though.
he stole my youth, y'all. He stole it. But um, we got together in August 15th, 2002. I did not like him. He loved me. I just didn't want nothing to do with no man. And I was 20 at the time. So, yeah, being hurt and all of that kind of stuff. You just want to figure yourself out. But anyway, this one was persistent. And now here we are. So,
3 kids later.
3 kids later, yes. But yeah, so we got married a year and a day after we met. And been together ever since. We have had struggles, we have had setbacks, we have had disappointments, whatever negative words you want to put in there, we've had. And I'm sure it's not over. I don't want to speak it into existence, but I'm just being realistic. Um, you just roll with the punches with life. Like in life, in general, you're going to have ebbs and flows, ups and downs, valleys and peaks, however you want to put it. And that's the same with a marriage.
Yeah.
So I would have to say that although we don't have it all figured out, we got some of the stuff figured out.
When it comes to us, now, we're not therapists
No,
or anything like
no,
that.
not at all.
We
Nowhere
don't
near
have it 100% accurate.
And the debt to come with the therapy degree, no.
Right.
I mean, I got
We
debt.
can just speak on our experience, what we physically have been through
right
over the years to, in my opinion, make us stronger. It was faith. It was a lot of faith in God that He was going to bring us through what we went through.
Mm-hmm.
It was also faith on each other, and what I mean by that is that when you go through stuff, if both parties are willing to work and put in the work, then it can be successful. If you have one party going in a different direction, and y'all know what I mean, if one person just, I don't want to do this no more, it's not going to work out. And you have to be completely honest with yourself as well. If you feel as though, no,
don't waste the other person's time.
Right.
And the thing is that, like I said, when I first started about the things you've gone through in life, where you are in life as far as your relationship is concerned, I was 21 when we got married. I was 20 when we got together. I was 21 when we got married. And I was still in college and I was pregnant. And it was like all these things, right? So I was getting ready to go through my junior year of college. And I went through my junior year of college. Well, a semester into my junior year of college before I had Corey. And coming off a relationship that really hurt me, thought, I was going to be with that person. And it just, like most people, they're not with their high school sweethearts and so forth. And that's just how it was for me. I did not want to date. I did not want to be with anybody. And then he comes, being persistent. And then we got together. And the rest was history, or so I thought. And when we got together, I had never lived with a man before. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. And that was a new experience, and after we got married, we didn't know where we was gonna stay. It wasn't like, it was just like, I guess the total romanticized thing where we were just like, oh, we're gonna get married, and I'm pretty good at planning on the fly. So it's like, okay, well, how are we gonna do this? Okay, well, I'm just gonna save all my paychecks from this, and this. This is exactly how it happened, y'all. I'm gonna pay all my paychecks. I'm not gonna spend no money, and I'm gonna pay for this. And then my family started chipping in. So, like, my aunt was paying for this, my other cousin was paying for that, my mom paid for the hall, his grandmother did all the food, So
it was a village.
It
definitely
was
took a village
to get us married. Yeah. But it was a village, and after the party, everybody kept partying. We went to Las Vegas, but it wasn't a party because I was 5.5 months pregnant and tired and hungry and sleepy because I hadn't slept at all on over 24 hours. Nerves. But I digress. When we came back from Vegas, it was like, well.
Hey, y'all, I found out years later she didn't want to have sex with me that night. She was just too tired.
Why are we talking about sex?
Because
people don't need to know about sex. Obviously, we've had sex. We got 3 kids.
I know, but you wasn't trying to give me the butt.
Oh my God. Sorry, y'all. He's just too much right now. So, no, I was tired. I mean, come on. I was awake for more than 24 hours. I
know. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying.
But you saying it like it was supposed to be.
But it was our honeymoon.
You got some?
Anyway.
So, oh my God. Anyway, cut to what I was saying. So we didn't know what we was gonna say. Stay. Stayed with his grandmom. Things went south with that, and grandmother ended up getting sick, passing away. And then I stayed with my mom for a couple of months, and y'all know two queens in the household don't go well together. So 4 months after that, we ended up getting our own townhouse, and then about a year and a half into that, we moved into my grandmother's former house. She had passed away.
Let me break it down to you. It was basically, we got married. Her grandmother got sick. Her grandmother
Passed
away. Then my grandmother got sick.
and then passed away.
And
then his uncle got sick.
Then my
and
uncle got
passed
sick
away.
right after.
But he had been sick. But he had gotten sicker.
Our first
passed
child
away.
was born.
Yeah.
My
and his
uncle
grandmother
got sick.
passed away about a week and a half before Corey was born. So anyway, y'all need to know all that.
No.
So the point is, we had been through a lot at that point, and then I've been living with a man before, and he's lived with somebody before, but it was just so much at one time. So we had moved and moved and moved, and my mother, of course, say we moved 10 times, but we moved a lot. And then after we moved from my grandmother's house, as I told y'all, we had some growing pains there. You know what I'm saying? And we moved into our own house. Like, he bought a house when we used to stay in Baltimore, and it was a great house for a starter house. The area just sucked, and it was all we could afford. And that's another issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you live in an urban area like Baltimore or Maryland, it's like the cost of living is high. The salaries are higher than where we are now, but it's like, okay, that's all you could afford to stay was in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
And he and I made, actually, considering where we were in life and age and all that, we made pretty good money together.
Mm-hmm.
I think we made like 70,000 together. And that's back in, I'm talking like 2007, right before the housing crash. But we had issues, you know what I'm saying? Like, money wasn't right. I always felt like we needed another job. I felt like money just was not being allocated to bills like that. And then we fussed about that. We fussed about everything. And that just led to, other events happening where trust was lost, and we had to work to rebuild that. And while we were working to rebuild that, we moved again down here to where we are now. So, and then after we got here, we moved a whole bunch of more times. And my whole thing is reasons behind all these moves. So it's not like we just moved just because we felt like moving, because moving is expensive. Ain't nobody got time for all that. So we had reasons to move, or at least I felt like I had reasons. I felt like I was the catalyst in the move.
Well, to me, you don't have to explain that, because,
well, just in case my mama watching,
she is.
I had reasons.
We had reasons to move,
but long story short, we are where we are now. We have gone through everything we've gone through, and we're still going to go through things. And what I wanted to hit on the most, which I started to hit on about 9 minutes ago, was you grow. You don't stay the same. Contrary to what people say, contrary to what people think, you as a person will grow and should grow as you age.
Mm-hmm.
And a common mistake that my husband has made, and I say my husband has made because he used to say this all the time. I won't say I haven't made mistakes. I'll just say that this is something that he used to say all the time, is we're one. It was like he expected us to, one, have our marriage be like the marriages he knew about, the marriages he's seen, and two, he expected us to be the same people as the day we said I do, and it's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
and let me explain that for a minute, and I'll try to.
You got a minute. It's
okay,
14
I'll
minutes
try
and
to be
19.
brief.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Growing up and you are around people who have been married for a number of years,
20,
because
30.
all you see is them being together.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's going on, behind closed doors. You don't know the work that they actually had to put in to make this marriage, be, what's the word I'm looking for? Substantial or picture.
be what you thought it was, what you
longevity.
saw it to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
over the years.
Yeah.
So what I thought getting married was it was supposed to be a certain way. And because that's what I was used to seeing. But, you know, as you get older,
Your minute's up.
my minute's up. Okay. but
I'm the one to talk.
But as you get older, you know, you find out about things. You find out that, okay, well, this was going on and that was going on. You know, you just didn't see it because you were a child, so it was kept from you. So
Try not to bump the table.
okay, yeah, I'm sorry. So, you know, when I look at my marriage now, and even when we first got together, I was thinking there wasn't going to be, and maybe it's a stupid way of thinking, but there wasn't going to be any type of struggle, that everything was going to be peaches and cream, that, you know, everything had to be a certain way.
Now, let me interrupt you because you're going on 2 minutes now.
Oh.
I'm just going to interrupt you about giving... No, I don't want you to shut up, but I want to give some context, right? Because we were brought up blocks, I'll say blocks away from each other, country blocks, but blocks, right? He lived on the 2300 block of Emerson Avenue. I lived on the 4100 block of Emerson Avenue. So if anybody knows about Baltimore, anybody knows about the city life, you know, it's basically two different parts of Emerson Avenue, right? But the same street. So, and our age difference. With all that being said, he was raised by his grandparents. So his grandparents have been married since before he was born, right? So, and when I say been married, like 30 something years almost before he was born. Like, it was just a long time. Okay. I'll say 20 years before he was born.
Okay.
And he was born in the 70s. So y'all know that's a long time. But it's just like, okay, so he was born with that upbringing, which is one generational type of upbringing. My mother was single. My father was in the picture. God rest his soul. But I mean, you know, and I had my grandmother. We lived with my grandmother and my other uncles. Some of them were in and out living with us, and another one was just had his own place, whole entire time I can remember. But they weren't married yet either. So I didn't come from a upbringing of married people. So I didn't have any of that knowledge or expectation. So what I saw was relationships, maybe not unstable ones and maybe not ones that changed a lot, but I saw relationships, right? So I knew all about relationships, but or at least I thought I did. But the next step was like an enigma to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know about it. So I just figured, okay, well, that means it's just another step in your relationship. Like it's another part of your relationship. But that's where I stopped. That's where my knowledge stopped. And his knowledge was only from the standpoint of we're together, we're happily married, we've overcome certain obstacles that came before him. You know what I'm saying? So now those growing pains we were going through, you never even were privy to that. Plus, this is a different time. It's a different time. When they got married versus when he was born, different time. Versus when he got married, different time. We're talking about 50 years in between. So it was a lot. It was a lot. Now, everybody's not going to have that dynamic. But the point is, it was a lot. And we are going on 18, 19 minutes. So anyway.
It's okay.
It's not okay. You can't have a long video like this. Ain't nobody going to watch it.
Okay. So how you going to sum it up in
I'm going to
15 minutes?
I'm trying to do this again. Okay. So anyway, this is a part one. How about that?
Okay.
Because, child, we got to get y'all caught up. So there was a lot of growing pains that nobody told us about. You know how parents or grandparents or people older than you don't tell you about certain things in the Black community. You find out on your own. You find out through stories after you get grown.
Or they'll say, well, you didn't ask. Well,
but how could you ask when you was a kid? And you know how it was when you was growing up. You don't be in grown person conversation. So you couldn't
stay
ask.
in that place.
You didn't ask. You was told to go in another room back when we was growing up.
Okay?
Right. So anyway, so we had a lot of growing pains to get through and a lot of things that we thought was going to happen with expectations we thought we knew. Like I actually didn't have any expectations. I just knew I was headstrong. and I was going to fight for what I believed in, whether it be mentally or physically, with my words or otherwise. And I had to learn that that's not the way. That's not the way. Especially when you know who you're with. You shouldn't be fighting with the person you're with. That's not the type of relationship to be in. And secondly, communication trumps all. That's all a fight is the lack of or the breakdown of communication. And so when we had our issues and our difficulties, a lot, if not, I'm going to say 90% of it all, was the lack of or miscommunication. That's all it was. So after we've overcome that mistake, what I don't like to do is just be like, oh, we're through it now and it's over, because nothing is magic like that, right? So I have to explore, why did we do this? Why did this happen? And when I got to a place in my maturity where I wasn't fighting him anymore, and I wasn't coming from a place where I gotta make my point, I gotta get my point across. Ain't nobody gonna tell me bop 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 bop, here shake left right. To I am concerned wholeheartedly about you. I don't really care about my ego. I don't care about none of this. I care about you. I care about what you're feeling. I'm caring about where you're coming from, because our relationship is important to me. So when I approached him from that level, at first he was defensive because he was used to me being combative, but it took a while, and then he came around to being able to listen and hear me, and hearing the intonations of my voice saying, hey, I want to be better. I want us to grow. I'm not saying you had a problem. Even though I wasn't meaning it that way, I was saying it. So then I had to revamp that. And I'm still revamping that. As you can see, like I said earlier, and then I was like, well, I have issues too. So it's not just him, but communication has been like one of the biggest downfalls and leg ups in our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, like it's been communication. It can either make us fall, or it can rise us up, right? So what I would say is, don't think you got it all figured out. Don't base your marriage on what you've known, what you've seen. You are not that person that you've seen, who you know. He is not that person. She, whomever you're married to, y'all not them people. You know what I'm saying? You are this person and this person. That's who you are, and together you make this collective. Y'all got to figure it out together as a collective, how your relationship's going to be, how it's going to look. And then you got to not expect the person to not grow. And you got to expect yourself to grow. You can't put those limitations on yourself. You have to remember, as people, we should be constantly growing. We should be constantly learning, flourishing. There will be some setbacks, but you gotta grow. You gotta outgrow the skin that you're in. You know what I'm saying? If you never grow, you'll be in the same place and being content. And who really wants that?
Nobody.
Nobody. At least nobody over in the Wilson clan.
Nah. So look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut this one right here.
Yeah. It's been 24 minutes almost.
Then, excuse me, we're gonna start part 2, because I got something to actually say on part 2.
And
All right, deuces.